I'm Scott with Ask Your Preacher. When you open your Bible and you look in the table of contents, the very first things that you notice are the words Old Testament and New Testament. Why is your Bible divided that way? And what do the words Old Testament and New Testament even mean? Understanding the difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament is the key to avoiding a lot of discouragement when studying your Bible, and it's also the key to avoiding a lot of religious confusion. The entire Bible is made up out of 66 books. Of those 66 books, 39 of them are in the Old Testament, the books Genesis to Malachi, and 27 of them are in the New Testament, Matthew to Revelation. And there's quite a bit of difference in the teachings that you find in the Old versus the New Testament. In fact, when you compare the teachings of the Old Testament to the New Testament, the differences are pretty clear and can even be alarming. For example, in the Old Testament, there were clean and unclean foods. Jews were not allowed to eat things like pork or shellfish. In the New Testament, we're simply told all food is clean. Under the Old Testament, there were regular and consistent animal sacrifices as a part of worship. Under the New Testament, no animal sacrifices. Under the Old Testament, they were to keep the Sabbath. The Sabbath was Saturday, and that meant they worshiped God on Saturday. Under the New Testament, we're told to worship on the first day of the week, Sunday. Under the Old Testament, the Jews were given a specific percentage to give, called tithing, and it was 10%. Under the New Testament, we're told to simply give cheerfully and lay by in store as we prosper. It's a voluntary amount and never given a specific percentage. Religious skeptics often point to the differences between the Old Testament and the New Testament as proof that the Bible isn't inspired by God and that it contradicts itself. Of course, that isn't the case at all. It all comes down to a proper understanding of the word testament. If you understand that word, all the differences, they make perfect sense. The word testament is defined as an agreement, a mutual undertaking, a covenant, or a contract. The most common use of the word is when we talk about someone's last will and testament. When someone dies, their will is their final agreement between them and their heirs. That is what a testament is. A testament is an agreement between two parties. Take, for example, your own life. You probably have many agreements or contracts with others. You might have an agreement with your employer, and then another one with your spouse. Each of these agreements or testaments are between you and another party, but they are each unique contracts. Don't treat your spouse like an employee, and don't think your boss is going to kiss you goodnight. The Bible is made up of two contracts. The Old Testament tells about the agreement made between God and a group of people called the Israelites, and tells of the things that happened before Jesus lived on the earth. In Exodus 34 verse 27, we see God making his agreement with Israel. The Old Testament was an agreement with that nation and no other. The New Testament tells about the agreement between God and the church, and tells of things that happened while Jesus lived here on earth and after he left earth to live in heaven. In Matthew 26 verse 28, Jesus says that his blood purchased a new contract. In Acts 20 verse 28, it says Jesus' blood purchased the church. The New Testament is God's contract with the church. It is the Christian covenant. Both agreements are with God, but they are different agreements made with different people. If you wanted to be an Israelite, you followed the Old Testament. But if you want to be a Christian, you follow the New Testament laws. What this means is that the Old Testament laws are no longer binding. The New Testament has replaced that old contract that God gave Moses and Moses gave to the Israelites. So, if that's the case, what use is the Old Testament to Christians? Well, the fact is, it is still a great teaching tool for several reasons. Number one, it gives us examples of good and bad lifestyles. The Old Testament is the history of God's interaction with mankind over the centuries. The laws and lives of those people are given to us as an example and a written lesson of how to live. It also contains prophecies about Jesus and his church. The Old Testament has hundreds of prophecies about his life. Those prophecies add clarity to the New Testament. It explains our origins. The Genesis account explains the creation of this universe and why God made us. And the rest of the Old Testament shows us what had to happen to prepare the world for Jesus to come. Learning about Christianity without the Old Testament is a bit like reading the end of a book first. You know how it ends, but you miss a lot of the backstory. And last but not least, it gives us knowledge of the world Jesus lived in. Jesus was born a Jew, and he lived under that Jewish Old Testament law. When we understand that law, we have a deeper understanding of Christ's life. The Old Testament has immense value, but we just need to make sure we don't confuse it with the New Testament. The New Testament contains the specific rules for the church and the explanations of how to become a Christian and live as a Christian. The New Testament is the agreement that we should use as our guideline for all church activity and behavior. The New Testament contains laws regarding how to become a Christian, how to live as a Christian, how the church should act, how and when to worship, and every other detail of God's arrangement between Him and His church. The New Testament is God's agreement with mankind as a whole, not just Israel. And in fact, if you look at the Old Testament was designed to get people ready for this new agreement. In Galatians 3:24 and 25, it says, "So then, the law was our guardian until Christ came, in order that we might be justified by faith. But now that faith has come, we are no longer under a guardian." The old law was meant to guide people towards the new law. And now that the new law is here, we can look back on the old law with a thankful and a thoughtful gaze, but without the worries that we need to obey its specific rules. We do not need to make animal sacrifices, keep the Sabbath, or avoid unclean foods. In fact, the only time you have to obey an Old Testament law is if that law is repeated in the New Testament. After all, in the Old Testament, things like murder, theft, adultery were wrong. And in the New Testament, we're told they are still wrong. The New Testament is the book for Christians, and within its pages are contained all of Jesus' standards for His church and His people. Hopefully this helps clear up this tricky subject. Remember, for every Bible question, there is a Bible answer.